you? How you guys doing? It's Lisa, and I'm going to be doing a reading for November 2022. It's a general reading. It's not going to resonate with everybody, but take what does, leave what doesn't. If you're new to my channel, I hope you enjoy it. You'll come back and see me again. And if you have been here before, I really do appreciate the support. It means a lot. If you feel like it, could you give me a thumbs up, subscribe, or write me a comment? Let me know if it resonated. That would always be very appreciated. All right, let's see what we got for Leo. Let's go and tell Leo for November. All right, we got the Hermit, the King of Wands, Page of Cups, the Chariot, the Five of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles, the World, oh, the Ten of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles. All right. So we'll look through this, see what this is, and then we'll clarify with another deck and pull a couple oracle cards at the end. All right, hold on one second. All right. Now it looks like the first thing is right now you might be feeling very solitary or very maybe keeping to yourself, or just doing a lot of inner searching, like a lot of inner meditating or looking within for answers to something. Because the whole theme of the month is coming up around possibly this King of Wands. Could be somebody that male or female. Very charismatic, energetic. Now this could be somebody that you're around all the time. And for whatever reason, if this month it's like the theme of the month, maybe it's their birthday or it's around something that they're doing. It could be your energy too, but maybe not, only because, well, I don't know what that is either, only because, you are a fire energy too, so that could actually be you. So it could be where you're just like in a lot of self-reflection and meditation, but, this could still be your energy because you're really, maybe doing some inner work right now, your mind, body, soul kind of feelings, like you feel like you need to work some stuff out. Or like I said, it could be somebody else. We'll figure it out as we go, I think. All right, now your main goal is, with this Page of Cups energy, this is, you're feeling very creative. You want to be able to, you're seeing new possibilities in different things. Maybe you're feeling very, like maybe you draw, maybe you paint, maybe you write. So I feel like you have a lot of possibilities popping up in your head. Maybe that's what all this like meditating inward was about. Just because you had a lot of stuff that, you're thinking about, maybe I could do this. Like maybe this will be that way. And see that little fish dude coming out? I love that. Little guy popping out. It's almost like a surprise. So I think what you're thinking about could actually end up surprising you. Not in a bad way. Like, you might be like, oh, So it's like, oh, I got it. Like, this thing. I could do this new thing, yeah. Anyway. What I feel like you need to overcome is this Chariot energy. I'm trying to... Because this is all about being in the good place. You have having a lot of drive and determination. and pushing yourself forward. So I'm feeling it for what, as far as overcoming it though, is it maybe like you're always kind of like that? You always feel like you have a lot of, you know, push to go, and you've always been like that maybe, and just when it's saying overcoming it, is like maybe actually settling down, doing a little bit less, or doing a little bit something differently. Like if you are thinking more creatively, then like, logically or whatever. I don't know what your job is, but maybe if you're wanting to do something more in that lines, so you're kind of like trying to overcome this like thing where you always feel like you have to keep going, going, going. Like you actually have to put that aside for a little while because you were thinking on something, and I think maybe you want to actually to go with that. Huh. Now this accomplishment, this 5 cups, I understand it, because usually it's kind of a sorrowful card, because you're definitely missing something that you used to have, even though you don't have it anymore, and not being aware of what you still do have, represented by those little cuppies back there. But I feel like maybe you have accomplished in getting over that, like realizing that sometimes things aren't always going to be all the time. It's not. Things change. Relationships change. People who are in your life aren't anymore. And it could be jobs too. Like it could be any situation that makes you feel sad that is no longer there. But, you still have things. All is not lost. Like there is, still things to care about. And you do have this 9 of Pentacles energy. Now this is like feeling completely confident and knowing that you can take care of yourself, take care of other people, and not really having to worry. But the weirdest thing is it comes up on this what to avoid section. And the only thing I could think of with this is because you're not done yet. Like even though this is what to avoid, maybe acknowledging what you have, because right after that you have the world energy. Now this is like a success. This is like being on the right path completely. So I'm thinking what it is you need to avoid feeling confident with what you have, because you're not done. Like you're going to continue going on, and you're going to keep succeeding and being able to, you're going to have more. So it's like, I think it's not saying avoid it as in that's not what you have, or, something weird. No, it's just basically you're not done. So don't stop pressing to succeed. And even though for here, there was like, okay, yeah, you're going to have to overcome being like an overachiever. I almost feel like this was like saying you stop being an overachiever and realize that everything's not going to be around all the time, but you still have what you need. Avoid accepting that this is your completion, I think, maybe, because it's not. Like you're on the right path, and right next to that you have the 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. So that makes sense too. It's like, all right, yeah, you could say that's all, you're good, but no, because now you are on the right path, and you're going to get to a bigger success than you thought. And we actually feel that for you. Because up here with this King of Pentacles, I mean, this is being completely confident, totally grounded, very stable, financially secure. I mean, that's like, wow. You know what I mean? So whatever you were thinking about here, all this inner thoughts that you had going on. And again, I don't know who this King of Wands is, but maybe we'll find out. So you might have had some issues, like some, self-doubt. And you might even thought you were going to go, and it still could. I mean, it might be just going creatively to pushing you through and to, more. But, let's see if we can find anything out. The Hermit. What's the Hermit here for Leo? Oh, the Sun. And the Eight of Pentacles. All right, so it's almost like you are, I think once you got to, with that Hermit energy, once you got, inside yourself and you felt it, it made you happy. Like you were able to like just clear the air and feel better about things. And it looks like you might have just decided, all right, well, I'm going to get back to work now. I feel like you just needed to, go inward, think on your own, take some time apart. And then you're like, okay, I'm ready now. And so you're able to go forward again. What about this King Wands? Oh, that's the Three of Swords. And the Five of Wands. Now it's very possible, whoever this person was, for you, there might have been a breakup, there might have been some kind of fight. This Five of Wands energy. I mean, it could have been several people having an argument. For some reason, like, you'll usually see this one on the traditional card. There's like a whole bunch of people waving around a bunch of sticks. And I always feel like they're arguing with each other, but nobody's listening, so nobody's really being heard. And, whatever the situation was, it hurt, So that might be why, because then that Five of Cups is right here. It's like touching it. So that kind of makes me think that might have been what you were thinking about, when those cups fell. Because it might have been, relationship-wise, people in your life somewhere. Excuse me. Then we got this Page of Cups. Now that's interesting too. Like, was your goal to heal whatever this relationship, whatever happened here? With that Page of Cups? I mean, that can be, like compassion and love relationships. Alright, we got the Page of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. So I'm not sure now, because of whatever it is that you were thinking on, it might not have been about the relationship, because that's just all about, this Page of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles is all about, new opportunities, new financial opportunities, there's growth. Ooh, excuse me. So I think it was like, and that makes sense. I mean, because up here it's just like all kinds of nice. What about this Chariot? Can you tell me about the Chariot? The Hangman and the Two of Swords. Now that's funny, because this was telling you that you needed to overcome being like that go-get-em person, or almost like almost like a workaholic, maybe that's what it was, because you were always so. Have you always been that driven? Have you always been like, okay, I'm going to do this because I'm going to do this, and I'm going to, you keep going and going and going, and you never stopped and rest. And here's like, all right, you're either looking at something differently, and you're making a couple decisions about your way that you're going to go. And I feel like that's what went on here. Now, whether it was because you decided, no, that's who I am, that's how I'm going to be, sorry, or you actually did do it. So I don't know, but the way it looks up here, it looks like you might have just kept going, because that's what makes you happy. So you're going to keep doing what makes you happy, right? So what about this Five of Cups? The Emperor. And the Eight of Cups. So that's like to me, this is like, all right, you were sad. You know, things weren't the same. Things are gone that were there. But I feel like you actually took this emperor energy onto yourself and been like, you know what? That's where you had to make the hard decisions. And I think your decision was to walk away from that feeling. It wasn't worth it. You know, even though you put a lot of effort and emotions into whether it was relationships or whatever it was, whatever that represented to you, it was like, well, no, you know what? I'm going to have to walk away from it. And it's a hard decision because I don't want to feel like this anymore. So let me just shove it aside. Not saying I can't make it better later. Not saying it won't get better later. But for this time, right now, I'm not going to sit in it. Because that's the thing. It's like always good to look back, but you don't want to stay there, you know? So what about this 9 of Pentacles? These cards are awesome. I love them, but they're very sleepy. All right, 9 of Pentacles. Seven of Wands. And the 7 of Swords. Huh. All right, so it seems like there might have been something for you to be defensive about. And there might have been something, maybe, I don't want to say something underhanded, not possibly underhanded. Because maybe you did get into like some kind of argument with somebody, or wait, no. It feels like something might have tried to get away with something, somebody, or some company, something, trying to get away with something. And I feel like you might have, you realized it, you fought against it, and you probably came out okay. Because again, like this, the world over here, it's like it's going to be okay. But you had to, maybe that's why they wanted you to avoid this 9 of Pentacles energy. Because maybe it was like a bad deal, a bad investment, something that was not on the up and up. And I feel like you had to be very aware of it. Like you had to kind of put your feelers out. And you must have caught on to it, because when it told you not to stop at that portion, so whatever you did, they told you to avoid, or they're telling you to avoid. Yeah, it's like if there's going to be a shady deal coming your way, maybe it's, like I said, maybe it's an investment or something that just doesn't sound up and up, or just doesn't sound right. You should go with your gut, because it's not going to be right. Well, that was a good warning. You just keep your eyes out for something that just, it doesn't feel right, doesn't look right, it's not right. Let's see. Oops. For the world, we got the 3 of Cups and the Queen of Cups. Oh, that's awesome. So I feel like this is just going to be you and your peoples. You and the ones that you're close to. Okay. And just having a celebration, enjoying each other's company. And because whatever this was, you feel really good around now, so that didn't have any effect. But like I said, just keep your eyes open. What about this 10 of Pentacles? The Hierophant. And Death. Well, that's interesting. So there might have been a change in whatever it was that you were doing. Because, well, death is change. You change something in the way you do things, you change something in your mind, or something in life had you change something. And you did. And with the Hierophant, now, okay, that he can represent marriage, but spirituality. But he also represents a certain way of thinking. He could very traditional, very, almost conservative type thinking, or inside the box. I always think of him as like inside a box, because they don't like no change. It's like, this is how it is, this is how it should be, and we're not going to do anything. And something changes, either to trigger you to get, I don't know if this is a windfall or this is just like, see, it could be money, it could be family values, family traditions, things that you want to pass on, like a legacy that you want to pass on to your family. So it could be either that, any of that, but something changed for that to happen, or something changes because that happened. Because it can go either way, however that fits for you. What about this King of Pentacles? Because this is your end result. That's pretty good. Like you're feeling very financially grounded, stable, secure. The Hermit again. Started out with it, ended with it. Okay. And Strength. Oh, that's interesting. So it feels like that Strength card is a neat looking. Isn't that cool? That's your card, by the way. And that's interesting. Yeah, okay. So I feel like, all right, you started out the month with going within and thinking through things, shining a light on things here and there. And you ended it like that too, with your Strength. And I feel like that's, so for you to pull through and you get all this, and you be careful with this, like, all your self-will and all, even though like this feeling like being in the perfect, this workaholic actions that you were doing, however you did it, whether you did it or not, your choices are still your choices, but looks like it could actually be a very successful month for you. All right, Leo, I hope you enjoyed it. Oh, wait, I didn't pull a card. Hold on. I forgot. But if you're still here. But I hope you enjoyed the reading. If it resonates, let me know. Write me a comment. I'd love to hear it. If you enjoyed it, you can give me a thumbs up, subscribe. And I will be back in a couple weeks to do the mid-month. You and your loved ones are safe. That's the new moon in Cancer. And I'm sure that's important to you, right? Cool? All right. I hope you enjoyed it. And I will be seeing you in a couple weeks. Take care, guys.